Hey guys and girls, we are back!
We're back with a video!
We're back!
Hell yeah.
Darren is back. And Kate again.
Yep, that's me.
Today we are going to talk about addictions.
Addictions.
No. And this podcast come to light because we were talking about nicotine, which we're going to discuss. But a while back I got some a product called Snus, and which is nicotine, and I told my son about it and he was very keen to try it. We will talk about that. He shouldn't really try it, but he does not have an addictive nature, exactly the same as myself, so we thought we'd give it a go. So we're going to talk about other addictions, but we're going to start by now tucking our Snus into our mouth. So we're going to show you this. So okay, let's do this.
So it's got, what language is that? Like Arabic? I don't know. Yeah, it's Arabic on the back. So this is just off a website. So they look like little tea bags. Probably can't see from here. Cade in the editing show a better picture of this so everyone can see it. It smells like the mint matchmakers you get at Christmas. Go and get that smell. Do you know what I mean? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's
quite a pleasant smell. It's like a soily mint thing. Anyway, it's meant to be mint flavoured. But what we do is, you've probably seen in like the cowboy movies, they pack it behind their lip.
It's times like now God really appreciates his skull. Just a pinch gives you real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. And that wintergreen flavor, that's really top notch. This is a mighty fine way to unwind.
And what this does is it slowly leaks into the bloodstream, so it goes in your gum and it slowly seeps its way in. It sounds so strange. It doesn't, nicotine doesn't harm you. This is a harm-free thing. The only thing it can do is if you take it like 20 times a day and your teeth go brown. But we're not taking it 20 times a day because, as we said, we've not got an addictive nature, so we don't have to worry, do we?
Well, let's put it in and then we'll carry on talking about nicotine. We'll start there, shall we?
Sure, okay. I'm going to take this fat one here.
Now, just quickly, guys, I tried this myself a while back and I absolutely freaked out. I've never smoked in my life. And it sounded great. It sounded a good idea at the time. I thought it would help with my training and give me a bit of a buzz, and we'll talk about nicotine. But I absolutely freaked out. So I really don't know what's going to happen. So if I freak out, it will be good viewing. Here we go.
Cool. So
just the side of the tongue, lip between the teeth.
Lip right in here. Hi, it's Cade again. I think the camera had some snus too, because the next 32 seconds were lost in the footage for some random reason. So apologies for that, and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye!
Yeah. I'll start dribbling. It's really embarrassing on camera. Stop. That's weird. Anyway,
oh my god.
We'll do our best not to dribble. Nicotine. So, nicotine, obviously, most people think that coming from smoking. Smoking is bad. Do not do it. We know it's bad. Definitely, the studies are out there. Completely bad. But nicotine itself is non-harmful. Can't keep it in place. It keeps moving.
You meant to put it in there. Just keep your saliva on it. It's going to slide around. I just put it straight in. I've not put any saliva on it.
I'm moving it around a little bit.
Just try and push it with your teeth. Try and push it against your lips.
It's gone back a bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a spittoon, don't we?
You will actually.
Yeah.
You'll soon start salivating quite a lot. I want to be in now.
So, yeah, so smoking bad. Nicotine itself is not bad. The studies behind it, there's quite a few studies behind it. It's non-harmful. In fact, there's quite a lot of good properties for nicotine. It keeps moving still. This is aggravating me. You talk.
Nicotine. You get nicotine in cigarettes. Basically, nicotine is from a flower. And the flower's ground up, and they get nicotine from it. But then they cut it with several different other chemicals to make cigarettes. Now, cigarettes got like 130 chemicals. I don't know the correct number. It's like 130, 140. There's quite a lot of chemicals in it. But nicotine by itself is not harmful at all. In fact, it can like stimulate you quite well, can't it? So it can cognitive performance, makes you stoned. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't smoke, so we're quite intolerant to this. So we'll see what happens in the next like 5 minutes. Are you feeling it already?
Yeah, it's burning. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, nicotine's non-harmful, so it has no effects on the body really, other than it can be addictive. Of course, if you have addictive nature, you can get addicted to the effect it has on the body, so it can be addictive. On saying that, studies on under 25-year-olds it can impair cognitive performance the same as marijuana can. So really, should not be doing it as he's 18. But he does not have an addictive nature.
No.
So I think we'll be fine. Obviously, he's already dopey as it is. So
No.
he can only get dopier.
Yeah, that's true.
So nicotine. You can chew nicotine chewing gum or these Snus. So basically, it's the nicotine tobacco in a little pouch.
I'm really struggling with this now.
Yeah, I know.
It keeps falling out.
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh. There we go, that's better. I pinned him down.
Mine's just gone to the back of my mouth now. Just don't want to chew on it while I'm talking. Is a big trouble
Ew.
with it. So nicotine non-harmful as a product. So for someone like myself that's never smoked, I'm quite sensitive to it. So last time I tried it, I literally got stoned. I had to take it out very quickly. But as people don't realise, it is non-harmful. It has no effect. Oh, it's really winding me up though.
Mine's fine now, I pinned it in place.
Oh.
You swallowed any of it?
No, I can't. Don't like it. Let me get rid of this and we'll carry on, okay? Because this is just winding me up now.
Should I keep mine in?
You can if you want to. So I'm going to take this out.
I'll keep mine in for science.
We're just going to pause this a second. We'll come back.
Right, okay, we're back now.
Alright, we're back on again. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically I think for me, I was trying to talk with it in there. It's not holding in place, but I'm already feeling the effect already.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So it's already getting stoned from it. So we're both very sensitive to it because we've never smoked. So yeah, nicotine is non-harmful as the product itself. So we thought we'd try it out again initially to improve my training and stuff like that. But this is only the second time I've tried it.
This is the second time I've tried it as well.
So yeah, nicotine non-harmful. You can try it, but I would advise not to if you have an addictive nature. If you have an addictive nature, then
You'll keep popping them every 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you're going to become. What I've found with working with clients is, someone has an addictive nature, they will become addicted to. It could be anything, literally anything. So if you do believe you have an addictive nature, then I would not recommend trying Snus or anything else. So. Yeah, I mean, we should have really listed all the benefits of nicotine. There are quite a few benefits, though. So we'll come back to that and list them, or we'll post them later.
Yeah, that's fine.
So addictions. We're going to talk about addiction. So anything can be addictive, as we said. It doesn't matter what it is.
Food, alcohol.
Yeah, and even simple
Anything.
things like sweets, ice cream. You can become addicted to anything, especially if you do have an addictive nature. So we'll talk about alcohol. So, alcohol addiction's a big thing. It's huge.
Everyone,
yeah. A lot of people are addicted to alcohol. So, what do we know about alcohol? Well, again, we've read the studies. I can only give you what our feeling about alcohol is, taken from the information again and trying to simplify it for you. From the studies I've read, if we look at our own NHS, they say that no amount of alcohol is good for you. The fact is, alcohol is a toxin. We know that it's a toxin. It poisons the body. But there are some studies there showing that a small amount every day can actually help you live longer. So,
I've got to spit, sorry.
Okay, yeah, he's got to go. He's off. See? We're not very good at this, are we?
Keep it in, I need a spittoon.
It needs spittoon. Oh, no. Did I hear that? That was awesome.
I've got a spittoon.
He's back.
Now.
He's got a spittoon.
I've got a spittoon like a spit.
I like it.
Down.
So, alcohol. We'll talk about alcohol. So, alcohol. A small amount every night can, actually make you live longer. It's a cleanser on the body. So it's not actually. People say that red wine's good for you. Well, red wine has other properties, antioxidants in there, resveratrol.
It's a fruit.
But you need lots of the resveratrol to have an effect. But it's generally not just wine. It's the alcohol content that cleanses the body. So a little bit can be good. Too much is definitely a toxin. So the way I explain this to the clients is, again, depends what an addictive nature you have. If you can have a small amount of alcohol and be happy with that, then you can get a good effect from it. If you can't do that and you binge drink, then it would be a good idea to drop some of that alcohol from your diet or reduce it. We commonly have our clients come in, and if they openly tell us that they are drinking too much, we will normally recommend they go 2 weeks alcohol free. And it's more of a point just to prove to themselves that they can do it. They can go without the alcohol. So it's a good little test for them as such.
I think a lot of people who work full time, they get home and they want to turn to alcohol. They wind down with a beer or a wine. That happens pretty much every night. And I think that's where the addiction comes along. That's their way of winding down. I've got to spit again.
Yeah.
Right, I'm back again.
Like it. We should have got a spittoon. Really should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. I think a lot of people, it becomes... you don't actually enjoy the alcohol anymore.
It's just a thing. You have to do it. You have to do it in your mind.
You get in from work and you have to have a beer. It's a done thing. If that's happening, that has become a habit. It is a habit. And obviously habits are not great, so you need to break that habit. So dropping alcohol for 2 weeks is a good way of just proving you're not an alcoholic as such. But a small amount, I say, is absolutely fine in my belief. In my belief, this is from my study of alcohol. So as a family, we very rarely drink alcohol in the week, and we will share a bottle on a Friday night. My wife and I used to share in a bottle. When this one turned 18, he started taking some of the wine. So
hell yeah, and there's some good wine as well. So it
has to go 3. It has to do a light. It's great. It has to go 3 ways now. So yeah, we share a bottle on a Friday night, and then maybe sometimes on Saturday night we'll share a bottle. It all depends. I think because Cade and I work a lot of hours as well, it's not a good idea for us to drink a lot of alcohol because we need to be...
No, coming in the gym all pissed.
We need to be on our game at all times.
Yeah. Well, now I won't.
No, you won't.
Now I'm stoned, yeah. I'm really feeling this now.
I told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Again, because we're sensitive to nicotine. We haven't had a lot of nicotine. Well, I've never had nicotine really, so I'd say we are very sensitive to it.
Yep.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Right. It's really getting me now.
It's amazing. It's actually, when you are sensitive, you do actually get stoned. When I first tried this, I was working on my laptop and I was sitting there doing, I think I was doing a blog or something, and all of a sudden I was just stoned. I got up and walked
away. It is actually like that.
Yeah, I walked around like holding my head. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And that's just nicotine.
So his one he had was almost ×2 of what I have now. So imagine you were quite dead.
I didn't know. I didn't realise. I thought it'd be a good idea at the time. Mate, I like it. So alcohol, small amount is okay. It can, I believe, increase the lifespan. Too much will kill you. There is a line to be
and
found
the
there.
lines, it's for people who don't have an addictive nature, because if you tell them, a little bit's good,
they just think it's an open book to drink.
Yeah, and it's really not.
No, it's really not. It's a small amount of alcohol. You'll be fine, and that's the same as most things. So on to food. I mean, food is one of the biggest addictions that we see. It is addictive. If you're happy, you go and eat. If you're sad, you eat. If you're mad, you eat. People turn to food. It's an emotional thing.
Because a lot of foods now are quite comfort foods, so chocolate, cake, things that people turn to when they can't cope with their jobs, family affairs.
Yeah. For example, I think it was Pringles spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on just perfecting the crunch. Literally, you're right.
I'm right, yeah. I was listening to you talk.
You're not freaking out, are you? No. Do you want to cuddle? He's freaking out. Oh no. See, all on camera.
I'm not freaking out.
This is all on camera just for you.
For your entertainment only. I feel like
for your entertainment, we're getting stoned.
I am.
You are. No, it's actually had an effect. Even that small amount of time, I can feel it.
Yeah, and that was only like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
You had him.
Crazy.
Mine's like 10 minutes now.
So yeah, food addiction is a huge thing.
Ding! You can make a sound effect every time.
I like it though. It's good.
When I go back and edit this, I'm gonna go do the sound.
Yeah, you should do that. That'd be quite cool.
Ding! Oh my god.
Ding! You're right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
He is freaking out. So food addiction. You keep buttoning and using a spittoon. We keep forgetting where we are.
I'm sorry.
So
I just spit.
Food addiction. It is very addictive. So we have to work with our clients to try and break that addiction a lot of the time. You shouldn't have to turn to food, and we have to break that. So if someone is addicted, and as soon as they something goes wrong, they turn to food. We say to them, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, come into the studio,
Like, make healthy habits.
have a workout,
Yeah.
or turn to something healthy instead.
That's what we talk about recently. People are coming in and they're training in the morning, and we're saying, look, it's the tick box for the day. They're getting their dopamine levels, and that's sorting them out. Their beer turns to their gym session, and that's what we want to do. You need to find something that's healthy for you, which you can make a habit, and not alcohol or drugs.
Drugs.
Like me.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
So yeah, when you are addicted, ding.
You have to keep making a noise.
I do. It's good. It's fun. I like it.
I'll put it in the video.
I like it. So when food addiction, the manufacturers make the food to be addictive. They do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They put lots of sugars in there and things your body craves. And a lot of the addiction is from processed foods. So when you start taking out some of those processed foods, the addiction to food slows down. Let's face it, if you do get emotional, something goes wrong, you don't go and grab a bowl of vegetables, do you? You go and grab a whacking, stonking, great big pack of donuts.
I've had a shit day. Time for broccoli.
Time for some broccoli.
Yeah,
It just doesn't happen. Oh my god, the dog's shit on the carpet. I'm going to eat a carrot.
Time to hit the salad bowl.
Time to hit the salad bowl. So your body craves for those sugary or fatty products. So if you start reducing them out of the diet, the addiction starts deplenish. Sorry, wrong word. So that's something you should look at. So again, addiction can come from anywhere. I mean, you can be addicted to anything, and I think if you believe you are addicted to something, you should look at it and try and focus on it and break down that addiction to try and make it better.
Because normally that addiction is recurring because of something else. Normally you're doing like work, for example. That addiction is ongoing because of another reason. So instead of putting a patch over, you have to look back at the source of what's causing the problem.
Yeah, it's a good point. So at some point that addiction's there for a reason.
Yeah.
If someone is very emotional or their stress levels are very low, then they're going to turn to food more readily than someone that has higher stress levels or are not as much of addictive nature. So if you find you are a very stressy person, then again, that's another reason why not to bring addictions into your life. Because again, when something goes wrong, you will turn to those addictions. So a few things there for you to think about. So there's three things. I mean, today we say this all stemmed from the nicotine side of things. I've got to do it. Sorry, I have to do it. It all started from nicotine, from me actually testing it myself to have a little fun with nicotine. But the funny thing is nicotine is addictive. It is addictive. But it has no harmful effect on the body. Well, no proven. The studies show us that it does not harm the body in any way, other than it can become addictive. And not a good idea for people 25 years young. If you're older than 25 years, you shouldn't have an issue with it. If you're younger than 25 years, it can impair you cognitively. So the same as marijuana does. Can slow you down a little bit as such.
Slow you down.
So other than that, nicotine is absolutely fine. So you can chew nicotine gum for a buzz. You can take Snus, as we're just testing here, to get a little bit of a high from it, and it does work. Again, if you've been a smoker for a long time, it's not going to have the same effect on you as it does on us. Because we've never smoked, it does affect us a lot more.
Let's have a little discuss about the status of me at the moment.
Okay, yeah, talk about you. Tell me how you're feeling.
So I'm struggling to pay attention to things. I feel like I'm vibrating. My heart rate's increased. And I keep shivering. My lip keeps trembling as well. That's where I am at the moment. We'll check back in like 10 minutes. If I'm not dead by then. Everything's delayed. I feel like when you start to get a bit tipsy when you're drinking, I'm starting to feel like a bit... Like my motion blurs on 100% at the moment. Everything's a bit delayed. That's what I'm feeling like.
Now again, Cade has never smoked. He's never really encountered nicotine to an extent.
Alcohol's the only thing that I've had. And I've never been paralysed or anything. I'm quite a sensible boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Alcohol. So back to alcohol. Recap on that. A small amount can actually extend life to an extent because it is a cleanser on the body. Too much can kill you. So if you have an addictive nature, stay away from alcohol. Don't drink it. If you don't have an addictive nature, then add some alcohol in for enjoyment. But definitely get to a stage where you enjoy it again, and you're not just necking it, so to say. You're drinking it for the sake of drinking it. Because again, that is an addiction. You need to work on that. And food, exactly the same. You're right, son. You're starting to burn up now.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So, and food again is pretty much the biggest addiction of them all. And we all have to eat food, but like I say, it is the junk foods that people turn to. And if you do have an addiction to food, then try and cut out some of the processed foods. Just reduce them. So instead of having 6 donuts in a week, drop it to 3. Ding! Drop it to 3. Make small changes, just small changes, to start taking some of those calorific, addictive foods out of the diet. And simply by doing that, you could start losing weight. Just by reducing some of those calorific foods, junk foods, you can start losing weight. So in theory, by reducing that, you're on a diet as well, which could be helpful.
And as we said before, you need stuff like this in your diet. Just a little part, you need a bit of processed food. As I don't know if I've said on the podcast before, but because a few years ago, we were eating really healthy at one point. We had gotten right into eating healthy. And I was having my mum's dinners for a long time, and it was just meat and veg pretty much. I was eating so cleanly. But when we'd go out to a restaurant once a month, we never really go out. But when we did, when I ate, I felt just disgusting afterwards. I didn't feel well. My gut wasn't used to these foods of sauces and oils. My stomach just wasn't used to it. So you have to have these processed foods in your diet in order to keep that balanced. You can't just take it out. You need a little bit in there, because that's the way we live at the moment. That's our lifestyle. There are packaged foods in the shop. There are things with naughty ingredients, but we have to live like that now. We're not cavemen anymore. We're not having single ingredients food. We are having stuff with other ingredients in. So we can't not have processed foods. There needs to be a little bit in there.
That's a really valid point, Cade. I mean, we can't just drop it. Ding! We can't just drop those foods out of the diet, because they're there and they are very tasty. But we do have to limit them. And Cade made a really good point. I was exactly the same. I ate so cleanly for such a long period of time that when I ate some form of junk food, my stomach just went nuts. Just didn't like it at all. And I did never want to be that person.
Hi guys, it's me again. Sorry to interrupt. When we started recording this, I forgot to put the charger in the camera. And the camera actually died while we were recording. So I had to go get that. And when I stood up, I kind of freaked out after having the snus. And when I sat back down, that is when I properly tripped out. At this point, I had most certainly reached my limit with this, and not too long after that, I started to feel quite nauseous.
Okay, we're back. We just paused there. Cade's taken his out. I've just put another one back in. You right, son?
Yeah,
it's freaking out now. So I've just put one back in. Hopefully our position is a little bit better. We're trying this out. Totally lost track of where we are now. I'm sorry, because we're freaking out a little bit here. It just shows you the effect that nicotine can have on you. It's to us, it's has a huge effect. And then you're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Keep talking. Keep talking.
So, totally forgot where we were. We're getting stoned. But let's have a little recap. So let's finish off with a little recap and everything. So nicotine, non-harmful to the body. Obviously, does get you stoned.
We'll go outside for a bit. Keep talking.
So it does get you stoned, but is non-harmful. No effect comes from it. I'm on my own now, as you can see. This is the effect of nicotine, so be careful. Bad side of nicotine is addictive, can be addictive. People want to get that buzz all the time. And also, if you're under 25 years of age, not a good idea, because it can affect you cognitively, so it can affect the mind. Alcohol, a small amount can be okay, can actually help you live longer. Too much will kill you. There is a line to be had. So, use it wisely. Oh, mine's moving again. These are weird. Actually, I was thinking this is what they look like again. This is okay. So that's snus. That's snus. There's a little pouch. So basically, I have that pouch just tucked in here between my lip and my gum at the moment. My teeth, sorry. So that's snus. Alcohol, a little bit okay. Too much, not good. And then we have food, obviously very addictive. This is still moving around. I can't talk while keeping it in there. I think I just meant to keep it there without talking, most probably. Food can be very addictive. Addiction for most people. Oh, he's back. Oh, mate. So, how do we handle it? Let's talk about addiction. So, again, if you have an addictive nature, a good idea is to stay away from anything that you may get addicted to. It's moved again. Pain in the arse, isn't it? Oh, God. Yeah, it's just don't
You
like
can't
it.
do it, can you?
Oh, I'll have a drink. Oh, my God.
Getting stoned on camera, guys.
This is hard podcasting while you're getting stoned. Food, big addiction. Same thing, try and reduce the amount of processed food you eat, because when you do suffer emotionally with something, you will turn to the processed foods, the junk foods. As we said, you won't turn to vegetables. You very rarely hear that. So reduce some of those processed foods from the diet, and that will help you. So you don't turn to them so much when you do get something emotionally. Obviously work on the stress levels. Stress is what creates people to turn to food. So try and work on the stress levels. Okay, stoned.
Alright, right now, guys, I've overheated. I'm getting really hot. Starting to feel a bit nauseous. It's not good. But it's because we're intolerant to it, and oh shit, keep talking.
Yeah. Well, pretty much think we covered everything. So
We'll have to call it, yeah.
This was a quick podcast, but just because of the nicotine, we wanted to. As I tried this personally the other day, only he's off again. I'm really into health and longevity, so I won't do anything that I think is harmful to myself. And the only reason I tried nicotine, it was evident from the studies that it's non-harmful. So I thought, I'll give it a go. I thought it would be like a pre-workout where I could take some and help with my training. But again, it just freaked me out. I just couldn't, it was too much for me. As you can see with my son, it's just freaking him out now. I've got a buzz going here, I must admit. I've got a little buzz going from it. So just something we wanted to try, and we thought we'd test it out on camera because it made for good filming. I think he's alright. He's my son and I love him, but I'm not sure what he's doing at the minute. So, yeah, guys, I know that's a bit of a strange one. I'm sorry, it's the thought you might as well film us trying the Snus on camera. If you fancy giving it a go, then you can try it. If you have an addictive nature, then I would say no. If you're under 25, no. Other than that, it's non-harmful. If you have been a smoker in the past, I dare say it won't have as much an effect on you as it has on us. Because we've never smoked and we've never really dealt with nicotine. So for us, it's just it's an adaptation. Our body's not used to it, so it just absolutely gets us stoned. So yeah, he's gone. I think we best stop the podcast here because I'm not sure where he is. I better go and check on him. Hopefully he's okay, and we'll report on this on the next podcast. I would say he can come in and tell you how he's feeling, but I'm not sure where he's gone at the moment. He's coming back. No, he's back. He's back. Right, so we'll finish off just by Cade telling us a little bit about... Come and sit down. So just tell us how you feel, just a little bit, so make people aware of what it's like, or what Snus is like.
I feel like shit.
Don't like it?
I don't know.
No, it's exactly what I'm like. I don't like it. If my son's anything like me, I don't like being out of control. The feeling of being high, I just don't like it. When I'm out of control, it just makes me feel ill. And I think he's suffering with the same thing here. He's he's not looking good.
So guys, we'll chat again another time. And peace out, dudes.
Well, man.